safe.
Boo, Kev!
What size you are? Right. Hands off.
What would be your best tactic for winter fishing?
Best tactics for winter fishing, including bait.
So in the winter, fish aren't eating much, and if they are eating something, it's something that they can pass through their system really easily without having to spend much energy digesting it. So they don't eat really, they won't eat loads and loads of heavy bait. Like they don't want to be putting loads of 20 boilies out in the winter. Really, the best way of catching them if you're just spending a small time at the lake is by only putting one bait out, and that's your hook bait. And because all of their senses are down in the winter, you want a really, really bright or attractive hook bait so they don't miss it and swim past it. So if I was fishing a short session, I'd fish just singles, normally like a pineapple pop-up or something. And because I know the fish aren't moving around that much because it's so cold, I would be moving my hook baits a lot to hopefully bump into where the fish are. If I'm fishing a lake where I can fish for maybe 24 or 48 hours, and I can do some homework to understand where the fish are in the lake, and the rules permit, I will use natural baits, so maggots or pastors or something like that. That way, they're more likely to beat it, and you can get a spot going in the winter like you would in the summer, fishing that way.
Yeah, pretty similar to be fair. I was fishing last week and I've had a zig out on one rod that spent quite a bit of time off the bottom in the colder months. It's always worth, if I probably could have done, if the rules allowed it, I'd have probably had 3 different height zigs out, but you only allowed it on one rod. The other 2 rods, I put a little mix of bait out, stuff like Dougie's saying, very fast digestible food, so sweet corn, boilie crumb, and a handful of maggots. Nothing for 24 hours, and again, going back to what Dougie said, I moved one of the hook baits to just a single pop-up, soaked in isotonic goo, and that's the one I had a bite on. It's just trying to bump into them in the cold water.
You've got to think that if the fish is only going to pick up 1 or 2 hook baits in a day because they're not eating much, because they're not moving much, you want it to be your hook bait. And to make sure that it's your hook bait, you just want to make sure there's no other free bait out there at all, just you.